It's Tuesday. This is your Cat Nat podcast. And all I have to say, is there anybody in the whole, I guess it's sort of like when you think about Instagram, there was a time when not everybody had Instagram. There was a time when not everybody had TikTok.
Lots of people still don't have TikTok.
Oh, good for them.
Like older people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say a lot of my friends, like my kids' friends' moms don't have TikTok. They're not like, I'm going to go on TikTok.
Right.
I wouldn't say my siblings have TikTok necessarily. They're not like TikTok savvy.
Well, then they're going to lose nothing if it goes away. But as a business, like, you cannot get away with not having a podcast now.
I know. Everyone's got a podcast. I know.
Like, even like, you just assume everybody has them. And if they don't have them, then I feel like all of their business people are like, I'm sorry, like, you've pushed, but you've got to have a podcast.
I feel like half the people who buy ads on podcasts don't even listen to the pod. Like, they don't even know what they're buying.
No.
Like, they're just like, I don't know. We have to put money here. So let's just throw some money there at a podcast.
And like our kids now, they're doing all of their like projects, and they're like, basically like, you could do an article, you can do a pamphlet, you can do a podcast.
Podcast is the easiest because you just have to talk. So if you can talk, it's really good. But if you don't like talking, then it's terrible.
So my son said, he goes, I don't understand how you guys have a podcast without a script. Like, he's like, right? I'm like, right. And he's like, I don't, like, how do you know who starts? How do you know what you're going to talk about? And I was like, I know a lot of people do have scripts and things that they need to cover, especially if they're like covering a news story or a particular like thing, or, but it's like, boys would kind of never understand. What's it like when two friends just start talking?
Yeah, well, they talk about sports.
Yeah.
And so much of it is about sports. Like a lot of the dude podcasts are sports and business and crazy, like Barstool Sports would be a big one. The Kelsey brothers. I don't know what Joe Rogan talks about, but I feel like that feels very dudish to me if I was to say. I think it's, he was a fighter?
I don't know if he actually was a fighter. Like, I don't know. I remember watching him on Fear Factor. He was the host of Fear Factor.
Oh, yeah. I'm not very good at that stuff. So I would say that they go and listen to like politics, news, and sports.
Yeah.
And maybe like some cool conversation with like celebrities who are comedians who are funny, but not really a podcast, because I don't know how you'd be a comedian the whole time on a podcast. I don't know how you'd be funny the whole time.
Yeah. And like,
I guess Howard Stern was funny. He was kind of a podcast, actually.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like
for sure.
a radio show podcast.
He's the original.
Yes. Oh my God. He just did on a TV show. A radio show.
Yeah. But I was like,
way to go, Howard Stern.
A guy could never understand what it's like for girls to just sit and talk about nothing. Well, it's kind of nothing in particular, but it's also everything that girls like think about and talk about. And I was talking to someone who's a lot younger than us, and she was saying,
sorry, is she your kid's friend?
Sister-in-law?
not so much younger than us. So much. Okay, carry on.
And she was just saying how like she'll be like talking about something and about like different genres of things that interest her. And then she's like, but sometimes I just like to listen to podcasts of like, there are a few people who are just best friends, because it just reminds you of that time, or like a conversation that you have with your best friend when you're just sitting around chatting. And a lot of people don't have that. Once they like start their jobs, they get into relationships, they're busy, they're not with their girls. And then to listen to two best friends just talk, it's just so comforting, because most girls have had that in their life, and a lot of them don't have it anymore and wish that they had it, but they just, relationships really get in the way.
I was thinking of like teenagers and how they talk about nothing, but they have to talk about something. So they usually talk about gossip or like reality shows, or you talk about things that are so important, but they beat the shit out of the things, and then they analyze where that person sat at lunchtime. They're like, oh my gosh, they sat here at lunchtime. What do you think that meant? And it's like but it's what fuels you, because you have to like, what did that mean? And you're like, they could have just had to go meet with the teacher. But you know what? Why not go get into that? Because that is what girls do.
Yes. And I was talking to my daughter and my niece, and I was like, why are you on your phones? Just talk. And my niece made like a good point. She's like, we only have like this many years of experience. You've been around for so many more years that you have so many more experiences to have conversations about. Our life is pretty basic. We just go to school, we just play sports, and that's all we do. We don't have all these things to talk about. And I was laughing that she had that perspective.
That's true.
Because we always, like, when we talk about things, we'll be like, I remember when I was this age, or I remember when I met this person. They're like, I don't really, like, I live in a very simple world where I don't have that much to like reflect on.
I know.
It's like, good point. Okay.
And they don't have magazines anymore. So you used to like look at magazines and go crazy over, like, do the quizzes and do the, like, you know, you'd look for your crush.
And Hollywood relationships and pop culture, that kind of stuff. Like, there's like
nothing.
Like they're not really like, they don't really know about who's dating who.
Only online, only on TikTok.
I know, but like even less than ever, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like our relationships still, does everyone still know?
Yeah, they know about Xenia and Tom Holland. And they know like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Yeah. And they know, like, they do know more than we know.
Okay. Because those ones I know. But I'm like, I remember when you know, the D'Amelios and the and what's her name?
Kardashians?
Well, also them too. And then also Diet Pepsi. Who sings Diet Pepsi?
What?
Diet Pepsi, the song.
I don't know who sings Diet Pepsi. What are you talking about right now?
What?
I'm like so confused.
It's like the biggest song. And it's called Diet Pepsi. We met with her mom.
Addison Rae?
Yeah.
What are you talking about right now?
You don't know the song Diet Pepsi? No. Addison Rae and her dating. Like, who's she dating now? Do the kids know? Okay. I can't believe you know the song. And I have to say, like, I love all these girls and I love everything that they're doing, but I can't get into the Diet Pepsi song. Like,
I don't know who's singing. Is it Heidi Montag, whatever her name is? They're trying to make her song go viral right now.
No, it's Addison Rae singing Diet Pepsi.
For how long ago?
I mean, it's been months now.
I've never heard it. I can't confirm.
That's kind of what I said the first time I heard it, and I was like your kids know all the words to it.
I've never heard it in my life. I've never heard it in my life.
Diet Pepsi.
No, sing it.
Diet Pepsi. Is it weird that she's got a song about Diet Pepsi?
I'd like to hear it. Go ahead, tell me. Sing it.
Diet Pepsi. We have no other. Pull it up on your computer immediately. Diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi. There must be a video for it too. Oh my God.
Am I crazy here? Does anyone else not know what she's talking about? And you like looking at me like I'm crazy, but you couldn't finish the sentence. And
Diet
you were like,
Pepsi.
And you're like this, but it's this. And I'm like, I have not a fucking clue what you're talking about right now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know all the words because when I listen to it, I'm like, I don't really like this song. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't want to say I don't want to dog her for her song, but I don't like the song.
Okay. And okay. I mean,
I love Diet Pepsi too. Like, I just want you to know.
So it came out in August or earlier. I can't even get to it.
I wonder if there's a video of her just pouring Diet Pepsi on herself.
I mean, so fun if that's like that.
Diet
okay,
Pepsi.
So what were you telling me about that?
Oh, dude, I was trying to think about what her name was, and I was like, she sings the Diet Pepsi song.
Yeah,
Addison Rae. Like, do they know who she dates now?
I don't think she shares who she dates anymore because it was such a disaster.
Right. Like,
they're like, they don't want to bring it out anymore.
So basically, yeah, they do have.
This isn't on the radio.
It's on the radio.
Okay. So
just wait till she gets Diet Pepsi. Like, do you think this sounds good?
Well, I'm waiting for Diet Pepsi to be honest
just the
with
song.
I have the lyrics in front of me.
Okay. Sing it.
I'm your baby when we.
What's the song called?
When we drive in your car, I'm your baby. Losing all my innocence in the back seat. Say you love, say you love, say you love me. Losing all my innocence in the back seat. No Diet Pepsi.
Well, then that must not be the Diet Pepsi song.
That's Diet Pepsi lyrics, but not. They don't say Diet Pepsi once.
What?
Wait, my favorite is Diet Pepsi. You have to rewind that, Arturo, of her singing Diet Pepsi.
Why
like
is it called Diet Pepsi?
I'm not sure.
And why does backseat ride with Pepsi?
Natalie.
Oh my God, I have to look into this.
That's so.
Every time I thought she was singing Diet Pepsi.
No Diet Pepsi.
Why would you call it Diet Pepsi? And does Diet Pepsi pay her as an advertiser to call it Diet Pepsi?
I have no idea.
Because I could write a song about anything and then call it like Viagra if Viagra paid me.
Yeah, no, I waited for that. Nothing came, no Diet Pepsi.
It was always Diet Pepsi to me.
This is so good. I just want to hear you. I think we should rehear you sing
In
this.
my Diet Pepsi.
But now you actually have the lyric. I can't wait to see. The best is you don't know that song. It's Diet Pepsi.
Well, it's called Diet Pepsi.
Yes, but no Diet Pepsi words.
Well, it's called Diet Pepsi.
The problem is today in this day and age, we have Spotify lists. I don't listen to the radio anymore.
I think it's on my Spotify hit list too.
Like
not mine, but my kids.
It's okay if it is. It actually is. It's a sweet song. I'm going to call it sweet. It's a sweet song. Sweet.
I need to do my research why it's called Diet Pepsi.
Yes, you will, and then you'll get back to us. I was going to say,
she got burps after drinking it.
What were we saying? We were
just that like boys
there's nothing to
can't. Well, there is for us.
Yeah,
because we have so much more experience.
But conversations change at every. You know how you know where you are in the phase of life is based on what your algorithm serves you, because that's your true marker of how old you are, what phase you are in your life. It's what's your algorithm, and our algorithm is now, I would say, like so much conversation about hormones, which is so funny because we don't even really talk a lot about hormones, but it must be everyone we follow who talks about it, because now I'm getting served even older people's.
Oh wow,
not older, like things from September that come up in our. It's like
right.
Instagram's like, you know what? We're gonna recycle back to 100 years ago, and let's just bring these things back up again, because we don't really know what we're doing anymore, and we're not gonna put things that I'll sometimes look and it'll be from before Christmas.
I know. And then you have to check because you think like you've got news.
No.
And then you're like, whoa, wait, this is old. Her hair didn't look like that now.
I know, but they serve it to you like it's brand new. And you could be following them and it's from before Christmas. And you're like, what the hell is, they just had a baby. No, I had it like 6 weeks ago. What? You know, it's very tricky.
I mean, my summer was just filled with tomatoes.
Right. And we'll get back to tomatoes again. And I'm seeing gardens and stuff, but
I'm seeing a lot of cooking.
That's how old we are.
But it could be my reels. Like it's my reels that has a lot of like food and cooking, and like I get a lot of cooking, but I assume you get the same.
Yeah, I don't. I have not.
Maybe you skip through cooking and go to the
So
hormones.
I don't, because I have linked our weighted vest. I've linked it so much that we can no longer even send it to people because we've sent it too many times now on Instagram.
That's so weird.
I know. I think there's been like, I want to say over 20,000 people who've wanted the link for.
But like someone who has like 300,000 followers.
Yeah. It's just we've commented too much back to them. Maybe too fast. It has to go slower.
That's weird.
I know. It's super weird.
It's not like Instagram can't handle it.
Well, it's because we use ManyChat, so they maybe think it's a bot. It is a third party thing, but I can't get 4,000. So I've turned off the commenting. I can't even send anything. Anyways, point being, I was thinking, because the other day when I was like, I go through phases where I want to work out, I don't want to work out, I want to work out, I don't want to work out. No, actually, I never want to work out. And I was thinking, those reasonable people, they're just like, working out's a part of my life, like Jennifer Garner. I know, just what they do. Okay,
that's what I do.
So I was thinking, like. I was like, you just don't.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to think about your hormones. You don't want to think about, like, your muscles or your bones. You don't want to think about, like, and you just don't.
I know. I was literally just thinking, how people are like, you need to talk about hard things in your life. Like, when they say what's or not says you can do hard things.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say that to their kids. Glennon Doyle. And then people tell their kids, you can do hard things. You can do hard things. I'm like, it's so I feel. I can do hard things.
Don't want to.
I do hard things. I just don't talk. I don't like to talk about the hard things I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the hard things in my life. I don't want to talk about the hard things that I've done. I will do them, but I don't like, a lot of people love to talk about the hard things.
Yeah. Like what?
All the issues in people's lives, all the, you really have to go through that. You have to talk about your this. You have to talk about your that. People love that.
Yeah.
I just do it and I don't like to talk about it.
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
Is there something hard we're doing that I don't know about?
You and I are always doing hard things.
Like I don't
overcoming things in our lives.
I don't like going to the gynecologist. Is that a hard? Is that
that
hard?
is a really hard thing.
To me, that's a hard thing.
That's like the hardest thing.
That's a hard thing.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to do that.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, my guy is so great now though.
But
it's a put it in my head, and I make it such a big
he's a
deal.
guy though.
But I know that's what you think. And I'm like to him, this is like the worst thing ever. Like I make such a big deal of it. I'm thinking about it. I don't want to do it.
He doesn't
I don't
even
want to do
have
it.
one.
No. And then I'm like, I understand. I'm like, this must be way worse for you. And he's also not interested in vaginas.
Yeah. So what does he say about
even if they were interested in vaginas, it should be.
I mean, it's just
he's like, it takes 2 seconds. Like, get over it. Like, it's not a big deal.
I guess. To
but
me,
I feel
it
like
is a big
it
deal.
used to take a lot more time. I feel like you used to go in and then, oh no, we got to put the jelly on it and then go, swat. And it took so long now. It's like boom, 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 boom. And you're going to be able to do it at home yourself soon.
When?
This just new in Ontario.
When?
I don't know if this is true news, but I think my mom told me because, like now you're supposed to be able to just go to the pharmacist for like herpes and like.
How do you know if you have herpes?
Like you get a cold sore.
Like what if it's on your vagina?
I think you get a cold sore on your vagina.
You can't diagnose it yourself. I'm sorry. It could be something. It could be gonorrhea. Do know.
I don't think gonorrhea and herpes have anything in common.
We are not diagnosing STIs at home unless you're doing a swab. But you are not looking there and be like, hey, this just in. Like you're not taking a photo of your fahuna to the drugstore.
Oh God.
Like, is this it?
I was thinking.
Go ahead.
So it hurts right now for the past 2 days at the end of my pee.
Yes.
And then I noticed that my pee wasn't clear.
Yes.
And then I noticed this morning.
Discharge.
No discharge. That the pee doesn't smell quite right.
Oh, God damn it.
So I was wondering, is that like
a problem? Yes.
Right. But could that, is this,
that's a problem.
But like, I feel like there's an STI that is that.
Oh.
But that is impossible.
Oh, wow. So we're just diagnosing ourselves with STIs.
I was thinking if I was single,
yes,
I would be like, oh gosh, Google what
something.
STI has my pee hurts and it's cloudy and it smells a little bit like eggs.
Oh, eggs.
Rotten ones. Like a hard-boiled egg. That's what I smelled this morning when I peed.
This is not good.
Can we we're going to need to look into this.
No,
So I drank a whole thing of cranberry juice because we are in this together. We do hard things together. We
was
always
who
we.
are we calling? The guy doctor? It smells like eggs.
Did you say the guy doctor or the eye doctor?
The guy calling the guy doctor. Hi, or the pharmacist. You're confusing me right now.
Oh yeah, I think you go to the pharmacist. So we should go together.
We're gonna say 4 things.
Can you speak for me? I'll just stand there.
Yeah, so my friend here, her pee smells like eggs, hard boiled.
Hard boiled. It's cloudy.
It's a bit cloudy,
and at the end of it, burns a little.
It burns. That is chlamydia.
No, I don't know what chlamydia is, but chlamydia.
Yeah. Pretty sure you got chlamydia. This just in. Non-sexual chlamydia. Jumping around in your pants soon too.
I drank a whole thing of cranberry juice.
I'm Googling it.
Okay.
After the Diet Pepsi song, let's just go into this is just all
cloudy,
fake news here.
Foul. They would never say eggs. They'll say foul smell. I know.
Foul.
Yeah. You want? Next time you're coming in.
So hold on.
There's no, and we'll look at it. Okay. I also clogged the toilet yesterday. Did I tell you?
You sure did. I was on the phone with you.
I blamed it on a kid.
Common sexually transmitted infection caused by bacteria.
Okay.
Chlamydia.
Wait, don't look up chlamydia.
Dude, no, you have it. Most people with chlamydia have no symptoms. Includes painful urination, cloudy urination.
You are making this up right now.
Swear to God, I'm not.
Go.
Abnormal vaginal discharge. That's coming. That's coming because if you do you have any itching?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
And you could feel tired.
I feel so tired.
You do?
Remember yesterday I was yawning for no reason? And this morning I said I want to go back to bed?
And if you get a fever, and it's just, you could get bacteria. It's the most common.
Wow.
Yeah, you can just take an antibiotic for it.
Do you think I got it in Costa Rica?
Were you dry humping things? Like, I don't know. Let's see how do you get it? How?
I think I get it from partners.
It's bacteria. You could have. Do you wear the?
I've never heard of someone getting chlamydia from not a sexual partner.
Oral sex.
Nope.
Sex toys.
You can't get chlamydia from sex toys.
Yes, you can. Sharing sex toys
Sharing.
that aren't washed or covered with a new condom.
Sharing. So from
Sharing
someone else.
Yeah. Having sex before 25, it's tricky. So after 25.
You know who wrote that.
Who? A guy?
Those parents who want their kids to be abstinence.
Well,
did you look up chlamydia? Could you just look up my symptoms and see if anything else comes up, like a bladder, like a UTI?
Yeah. That is it, actually.
I usually get
so
UTIs.
many of them.
Yeah, I know UTIs really well. Whenever I don't pee after sex.
You know, it's also tight pants. You've been wearing tight pants.
No, but I've been wearing tight pants my whole life.
But listen, life change. You change.
Good point.
You just think,
we're gonna have to go.
Remember, you didn't get used to get puffy from salt. Now what?
Oh God.
Now you do. Pain or burning.
Yeah.
If pain or burning ever happens, you have a problem. That's just the heart stops. Do you have to pee more often?
No.
Urine changes. It might be cloudy, smelly.
Yeah, there we go. I have UTI.
Yeah.
Feeling
tired.
It does not say feeling tired.
Swear to God.
Okay, can you say how do you naturally cure a UTI?
You are the expert. I call you
well,
for
that's why
UTIs.
That's because I drank the cranberry juice. But I don't want to go get a medication unless they do it over the counter. Should we call Shoppers and see if they do UTI
I think
medication?
They do now.
They do?
Antibiotics, pain medication, hydration, heat to your genital area.
Heat?
To your vagina.
Heat? Yeah. That doesn't feel right. Not heat. You should ice it.
Avoid coffee, alcohol, and spicy foods.
Wow.
Yep, and quit smoking.
Oh, I can't do that. I love smoking.
Yeah, no, that's it. So you know what? Can you flush it out? How do you flush it out?
Yeah, how do you flush it out? That's what I want to know.
Drink plenty of water.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to flush it out.
Avoid drinks that irritate your bladder. Is that your third coffee today? No alcohol, soft drinks, or coffee. That's what you drink.
Those are my favorite beverages.
And citrus juices. You've started citrus juices in your life.
Yeah, but so cranberry's not citrus?
I think it's more like apple juice or orange juice. And use a heating pad on your vagina.
No, I don't believe in that one.
It says it in 2 different Google articles.
All right, so when we're done this podcast,
we'll go heat your vagina.
And I really have to drink it out.
Yeah, it's just I don't know what that is about you that it's just denial. You just don't want to deal with it. It's like you just don't want to deal with things.
Well, I just don't want to go to the doctor.
No, I know.
Ugh.
I think you can call it in though. I have a UTI.
Okay.
Just like, dude, I have a UTI. Hit me up.
To Shoppers?
I would just call your doctor and be like, I have a UTI.
There's no calling my doctor.
Email your doctor. I have a UTI.
There's no emailing. It's so hard.
I know.
I have to say, I love my doctor. I think he's just so great.
This is all doctors.
But the access to him is
That's doctors right now. They have too many people and not enough time. Huh. We need robots to start doing UTIs. That's what AI would be really great for. You know what? Get in there for some UTI. Call the UTI doctor. They'd be like, yep. And then, okay. Because who wants to take antibiotics for fun? Nobody.
No, exactly. That's like when I'm like, oh, if you won't give like herpes medication over the counter, what am I going to overdose on herpes? What am I like on the black market selling herpes medication? Like,
yeah, no.
No.
Let's give it away here, people. Let's just back it up. Let's make it over the counter.
Yeah.
It's not that deep. It's just a little UTI, a little itch. Same with yeast infections. That's over the counter now.
Exactly. Oh, it always was.
Yeah. You don't have to go find out if your itch is a problem or not. Although you should, because it could be a problem. Yeah, I was thinking, I wish I had but it's in me. I can't let it go. I can't not work out. I can't let it go.
Oh, right.
I can't ignore.
Out. I know. I'm sorry
working
for
out
you.
and muscles and bones and health. I can't let it go.
Well, I don't do
Bone
it.
density.
But I do. It is on my mind, like with all the files.
I would say
it's at the back.
It's Z. If it's A through Z.
But it's Z. Because I do realize that as you get older, everything's getting more frail. And I don't want to be someone who like can't walk straight.
I just don't think you will be.
Oh, we'll just be like this.
I just think some people age differently. You have muscle. You have natural muscle.
I don't have any muscle in my arms,
but
or
your
my back,
legs.
or my butt. Like, yeah, but my legs. Okay, so my legs will be fine. But what about like my arms?
What do you need your legs for? You need your legs for everything.
What do you need your legs for?
What do you need? Everything. What do you need your arms for? Not much. Like you're not picking people up. When you get a grandbaby, you'll get good arms again.
What about the back? I feel like that one.
That's a weak one for you.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I don't work out my back, so I can't. I'm not one to talk.
But I think that if you have a strong core, it's better for your back. So I heard.
Oh, so you're gonna do both?
What?
Core and back?
I think the core will help the back.
Oh, so
apparently, if you have a strong core, then you can support your back better.
There's so.
I could do a little cardio to keep myself alive too. Just a little more energy.
So much. There's so, just when you thought like just when you thought you were in the clear, they just go and pile a whole bunch of shit of to-dos for you. Like your kids grew up, things got great. Got a little bit less chaotic. Then they have to go do some research and find out all the problems with women as you age, which is great. That's great. But it's more things for us to do now. Supplements, hormones, walking, weightlifting, Pilates, functional exercising, stretching, everything. It's everything. Like there's no just like, don't just go for a run. Oh no, don't do cardio. Actually, go do stretching. And when you're on your period, don't do that kind of exercise. Do this kind of exercise because your spurt hurts my brain.
I know. It really makes you wish that you were one of those people who didn't have time to fucking think about that.
I just think it's everywhere. I think health is everywhere right now, from sober curious to like even in I want to say in the politics right now, but the food everywhere. This food.
Someone
food.
One of my children told me that his parents don't drink alcohol, and first of all,
one of your children told you
that his friends' parents don't drink alcohol.
I thought that you.
Okay, so two of my kids have told me this about their parents' friends. I've specifically seen their parents drink. I don't know if they're like trying to be like, and I'm not saying drink. No.
Oh,
but you?
No, I know I drink. I just didn't know. I didn't.
Are your kids gonna like tell me anything about you I don't know?
I just didn't know.
No.
I'm like, was it me? Like, did my kids say like?
No.
Were they like, because sometimes I don't like. I'm not going for one drink. I'm too much of a lightweight. Like I can't have one. If I'm having one drink, I'm having four.
Yeah.
I'm drunk after a drink and a half in most cases. So like I have to pick and choose when I'm drinking, because if I'm driving, I just can't casually have a drink. So I think sometimes one or two of your children think I don't drink because
they've seen you drink.
Right, but I can't always drink when everyone else is always drinking.
No.
Like I'm one of the
But
people.
they would never, my kids would never think you don't drink because they've seen you drink.
Yeah, I just didn't know.
like
because I think
like,
one of them has said something before, like, well, she doesn't have to have it. You know what I mean? Like
she doesn't have to have a drink, but she drinks. These are like those, like my parents don't drink. Like not like it's like they're newly sober. Drink.
Okay.
Like they've never drank.
Yeah.
And I bet some kids probably think their parents don't drink. I think some parents probably try to like hide it from their kids that like drinking isn't what we do in our house. You know what I mean?
I've never heard of this before.
So I was like, is it their religion? Like, and I was like, wait, hold up, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Did you bust their bubble? Did you tell them they
I was like, I've seen both those parents drink. All of those parents drink. And one of them I haven't seen drink, but I know they do a lot of psychedelics.
Oh, potato.
Like, so because I almost felt like, are they holier than me? Okay, well, we all do something. You become an adult and you all do something.
But do you think they were saying that they don't drink as I'm better than people, or they just don't drink like they don't consider themselves drinkers?
I don't know. The parents ever said it. The kids said my parents don't drink.
Oh, but I wonder how I would love to know how that conversation came up amongst kids.
2 different times. Well, one was like my parents,
like just out of the blue. So my parents don't drink. You know what I mean?
One of them came up because there was a homeless drunk person on the street, and then they were like, something. Well, my parents don't drink because they do this for a living, so they can't. I was like, I won't say anything, but I know your parents drink.
You're like, this just in. In fact, I was drunk with your dad last night.
And he's texting me about going for cocktails. So it's, we'll just keep that this way. It's cute, when kids like don't really know. Like they see their parents in a different light until they actually get to know them.
Yeah, I wonder what those parents are doing.
Psychedelics.
I guess if you didn't have people over and you weren't like if you didn't bring your kids with you a lot and you went out for dinner, your kids actually wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because I think our houses have a lot of people in and out, and we host more than most people, and I think so. Kids might have the perception. Like,
I've never seen my parent drink, so I guess they don't drink.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be like, this just in. This we do not drink as a family. I think that's a very different situation than if you're like, I don't drink.
Yeah,
like then we sit down as a family. This family does not drink.
Yeah, I feel like they've been trying to tell us that drinking alcohol is going to give us cancer for like
it's everywhere.
Ever.
It's a fact.
Yeah, fact.
Now they've come out with the fact. I don't know why today. I don't know why yesterday. Like this week, I feel like because it's going to go on bottles now. Like cancer. I mean, like cigarettes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I think, again, my reporting is not guaranteed accurate.
Yeah.
This is hearsay from somewhere online or on the news that I have been watching only as of late because of the fires. Yeah, I was curious. I saw that's going to come in.
I love Europe to see that. Like,
and it's going everywhere.
Yeah, I know, but Europe's gonna be like, are you fucking these fucking Americans and their fucking labels? Like, YOLO, like, enjoy your life. Like, go to the winery, enjoy yourself.
I know. I guess so. They need to tell people, otherwise they can, I don't know, can get sued. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. If I ever get anything, I'm gonna be like,
it was the liquor.
Pinot Grigio.
I mean,
you never told me.
Because can't you sue the smoking people? And that's why they had to put a label on it? Because they actually didn't tell them it was bad for them. Right?
Yeah, but don't they also say aspartame is? So now don't we have to have our Diet Pepsi?
Probably. We don't actually, we sue less in Canada, I feel. Like we sue much less.
Gosh, yes.
Right? We don't, there's not as, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like.
No. Apparently they love to sue in the USA.
Like we only know one person who sued somebody. I don't know of any other lawsuits. Like I can't.
She and her blood must be American.
I cannot find more.
And I feel like suing's not even really a big deal. It's like, oh, I'm getting sued, and like, oh, I'm suing.
I know companies who will sue. Like someone will sue someone for like wrongful dismissal, but not. They just want a settlement. They don't actually want to go into a lawsuit.
Yeah, and sometimes they just need to sue because they need their medical bills covered by the other person's insurance.
Yeah, so see, that's how old we are. Suing, chlamydia, UTIs, hormones, and Diet Pepsi. That is a well-rounded podcast if I've ever heard one in my life. You're welcome. You know, just casual things going on in a mom's life and not our kid's life. That's a mom's life.